From a head full of pressure rest the senses that I clutch. The message on the pavement forms the fences that I jump. I got touched by a desire for God to ignite a change. Caught a rush of zeal from the life in my veins. This was written with 2 toothpicks and wet cement. This new script is a blueprint for all the tall tenements. I got told, cut the music, dude, and simply let it vent. Little did they know, though, I'm the Rubik's Cube president. So represent, it's evident. The more you give to Jehovah, the bigger the gain. So go figure, my aim should be to trigger the brain like any singer in pain. Yet my life ain't nothing but sunshine. No dumb punchline I run by, thus my love sighs. I must fly come crunch time. As I rode along, I told my God, here I am, send me. I can break the chains of fear of man and get set free. See, I'll walk the longest road, talk the strongest code, flock with honest folk, spot the blossom's growth. God had brought this ode. He taught us to dodge the odd pothole and block a bomb thrown, sought to watch for lost souls, trod atop hot coals. I know that God knows. He saw those who got gold, and I got platinum without a song sold. No mistake, this mixtape did bake for 10 years. This lengthy tenure was spent here like the 6 days, creating sick waves till my wrist ached and the pen seared the notebook. And with that said, dear, if kids praise, oh look, you did great, well, it'd all be worth it. But I'm uncertain and nervous, and hey, before we learn the page of the story turns, will the rage and blame and pain make any glory earned? Well, what a sorry nerd, please ignore these words. But listen, from a head full of pressure rest the senses that I clutch. The message on the pavement forms the fences that I jump. I got touched by a desire to ensure what's golden glows. I promise I'll smile even when the cold wind blows. But look, a purple sky, an orange moon, days of future past present what I was soaring through. Nostalgia hits walking further down the dusty, dirty road. Murmurs drown the brain, must be 30-fold. All I wanted from the day was to pick apart the pieces, put them together my way till the beat of the heart ceases. Extinguish the fires that lit these wild woods, glean scraps of laughter to relive my childhood. I walk to the pier, search for shells in sheer commotion, insert shells of life in my ear to hear the ocean. I need to hear the ocean, I need to hear the ocean. I steer my notions through my smeared emotions. We'd all go and hide from all the baseless shoving. We'd wallow and cry, we all hate this cussing. I'd follow your stride, and I ain't mistrusting. I'd swallow my pride, but it tastes disgusting. Maybe I'll catch fire. You can lay me in black attire. Let's say we can acquire gas and blast wire, baby. Maybe I'll catch fire. Save me from man's desire. The purple was gone, red eyes on orange horizons. Circles were drawn, deaf mind pouring lies in. Not even 16, ruckus is the local chatter. Rock ripped jeans with fiends stuck up social ladders. Jump fence to make sense of if God's myth a fact. Dump bunk beds to nod with the pack. Gave the blue sky true lies when I shouted to divinity. You said I could count on you and I've counted to infinity. My heart denies it, somehow my brain knows. Cutting down trees and all I see are cane toads. All I see are cane toads, all I see are cane toads. The pain grows until I find rainbows. My heart gently weeps, shards mark every beat. There's no sparks left in me, cheap scars kept me weak. Arcs carved plenty deep, the sharks charge lest we flee. Many large pesky beasts sent me in a dark heavy sleep. Maybe I'll catch fire. You can place me in a sad satire. My fate is to conspire for cash and sapphire. Crazy. Maybe I'll catch fire. It's what the planet requires. The sun rose, they They dropped Agent Orange, extraneous measures to ensure I paint the door hinge. It hangs off balance like the pictures in my head, slipping off the sidewalk in the scriptures that I bled. Never made a date with Mary Jane or sip the moon's shine. Life made it very plain, I'm a kid of a doomed kind. I may as well play hangman with my soul tonight, right? Until the darkness arose in the glow of the bright light. To see my father and friends, I see God's open hand. I could no longer pretend I got hope in man. Am I able to carry on and keep free from old ways? Not very strong, weak knees, gold stray on cold days. I've thought for some time, rolled every paradise. I saw the sun signs, I know I could bear the fight. I got the sunshine, no toll can impair my life. I'm off to the front lines, I'll stroll right into paradise. Maybe I'll catch fire. There's a way we can match the choir. Let's pray we can inspire dance and staff hires. Lately, maybe I'll catch fire. You can extract all the glass fibers. I climbed the mountaintop. I swear from here I can see it all till the counting stops. I see the future past. I see why heaven cries. I see why his son said to forgive 77 times. I need twice that, if not a lot more. This is the right path, truths I should have fought for. So Father, I approach thee cause a pardon I'm needing. Man's heart is receding since the Garden of Eden. How long will I slide now on a bitter ride to kill the vibe instilled inside? As the road winds, I try to keep my head straight. Even in better times, that head of mine is dead weight. Thus I pray to you, begging for forgiveness. Help me when my brain concludes I could never live this. Negative thoughts only keep me down when I tire. This war we wage always has some friendly fire. That's a funny term, kinda like Civil War, only so much less and oh so little more. Now I've lost all my breath, I gasp to stand firm, still struggle to juggle and get past my last words. While they play the laugh track backwards, I always seem to act like I lack standards. Facts gathered that Satan's soldiers claim the game is over. With rainy eyes I call on your name, Jehovah. Emergence from the alley as it seeps through my breath, cause I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Sustain me, spare me from the world's time bomb, forgive me of my sins, and with that, I'm gone. Amen. Just be yourself is my straight-faced strict motto. Thus I make plain no stage name, I'm just Nick Rocco. With the flick of the wrist I jot notes as slick as I hit potholes. Let's switch quick and change pace to dip in a ditch not oft known. I'm a white witless witness who wishes to spit hot flows. What a cringe shock though, at least my chick thought so. I probably should have stuck to the strings, which brings up a couple of things. Like yes, these ain't kingdom melodies, but fine rhymes and sweet beats don't mean I'm gonna sing some felonies. Yet they don't shrink from telling me how rap ain't clever but crummy. And I get it, how could this ever not be funny? At least I never wanted money, cause babe we ain't seeing a cent. Between eating and rent my knees will be bent with the need to repent. Cause if I speak to a friend and say I know guitar, they say play me a song. You claim you rap, they say hey your brain is gone. So to cold and old crickets who don't like rap, behold, y'all are acquitted. We don't bite back at critics but might ask is soul, can I kick it? I write drafts of intricate physics that define the delicate cycle I pride to ride. And listen, if I wish to spit like a slick whiz kid, ripping sick kick flips with riffs that hit quick like an elegant elephant rifle, who cares? It all felt a bit trifle. I die inside like I tried cyanide when fellas get spiteful with rude glares. But hold up, who just stepped in the place? Writing rhymes like this count without a second of waste. Ripping the mic, looked in the night, spitting despite not paid sacks. Straight facts, laid back, living the life. Flavor of a spice rack, cooler than an ice pack. It's like that, so tell me where the mic's at. Where's it at? Sound is vibration, rap surrounding your nation. Even the renowned haven has been found and taken. In silence we mourn the ones who lost the battles. Shots rattle, drop mantles, got caught baffled. Music is a war zone with torn homes, all fighting for bones. It's why I write in Morse code in case the storm grows. I'm bored though, score goals just to earn my keep. Thus words on hurting me, the fire burn the trees for certainty. Emergency, your turn to see the Affinity Drive. When engaged with no venom or rage, the pen and the page will set the stage. Yo, 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 Wu-Tang is for the children. As a youngin' thuggin' was in the new slang I was building. Of course I shed that once I got out the fly trap and caught the fire, but a bit before I said that crime raps are not my desire. How many classic pop songs are about making love? How many songs by the Beatles are about taking drugs? Every genre is packed with the things our God hates, whether rock, pop, punk, funk, a blues groove, or Broadway. So do we give up since every genre has toxic fungus? No, of course not, you gotta let the conscience be the compass. But it's bupkis to lump this whole genre as the devil's music. Give me some minutes and maybe you'll get used to it. Or table the choice and label it noise, but this is Bob Dylan to me, so you gotta stop killing the awesome villain we see. In paradise I'll meet Idea, Doom, Fife, and Guru. With no worldly influences we can write some new tunes. I'll learn to play the guitar again, take part in art with friends, then brave hearts will make scars mend. But that's hard when we ain't there yet. So before despair sets, I glare ahead with my semi-suitable 2 eyes to view the beautiful blue sky. A vivid way to remind me what a fine life we're living. We see signs, shine light, read lines of divine might. Remember, one crown won from the Roman lashes. The contenders come round but found no hope in badges. We stroll the longest road and have broken binding ties. We hold the strongest code and say nope to blinding lies. It's the sign of the times and the shine and the prize and the eyes and the mind that the blind will never find. With a soldier's composure, we fight for Jehovah, praying fervently because the night's almost over. The words don't fit the pictures and make the frames burst. It's the way the flame works, make sure you aim first. At least that's what I was told was gold. I like to write metaphors, and typically they just meddle more than they settle scores. Time slipped, I've gripped so tight this pitchfork I got sore thumbs. And in this war I'll never have what I wished for, but I found more crumbs. And in this game show my name ain't known, but I scored love. I lay low making shapes in Play-Doh to form war drums to warn one. Never had the blue blood and live by the will of scripture, but I'm spitting till my lips hurt just to kill a hipster. I love hip-hop, now how romantic is that? The broken antics of rap, perhaps what I lack is made up by fast attacks on the wax. How many words rhyme with love? They all seem forced. How long till my time is done? I struggle to keep course. Follow the leader on the racetrack. Find the needle in the haystack. We break backs and pay tax till the episode fades to black. Ever since my birth till the day that the kingdom reigns, I wonder where that flood is. Hey, bring the rain. Another verse? How long will this song last? You trying to do an original song for the broadcast? Get off that, you wombat, I feel no shame for the truth. I'm trying to preach on beats and heal pain from my youth. Cause you can't, you won't, you don't stop till we prove that evil came to lose. And if people blame the tunes, we'll change the groove till we get those steel chains removed. Real names be proof. What?
Spinning. Why don't you do one of your rhymes for Dad?
Yeah, sing me a song.
Sometimes I sit and pray for rainbows. Dumb mind lost in the place where the strain grows. Brain froze, wheezing to say it ain't so. Even came close to straying from the paved road. I'm caught in streamed replays of the same shows. All I ever wanted was to stay home and gain hope. I can't get no satisfaction when I play notes. Wait for the day the techno-fascist fashion became broke, so I can take hold this retro passive passion in the faint glow of a let's go plan of action. I wrote a prose to expose the massive cash sins and maybe just ask what happened. Cause when the sun's gone, you can see the chalk outline lying on my front lawn. There's a tombstone whose home is in my backyard below a telescope honed right at the last star. Mom had heart, but role models changed. Bad scars emerged for every whole bottle drained. The family tree was badly beaten, torn violently, and that day something died inside of me. I wore a gas mask since birth. What's it worth? Why'd the risks hurt? Didn't the fix work? I felt the flame, I saw it churn and spark. I felt the pain, it pelts my brain and burns my heart. So many minor things in my past make me melt with shame. But everything is everything, it's even spelt the same. Everything is everything, it's even spelt the same. Everything is everything. Hey, let's take it back to the pencil and paper days. A safer age where shaving was the sole use for razor blades. A change of pace. Ricky and Lucy slept in separate beds. The further back we go, the better it gets. Back when apathy was immune to the gravity latched to me. Now there's no fruit and I won't chew an apple tree. What a tragedy. Look at me, Dad, I'm so much like you. Good and the bad, but you let the sun shine through. I'm sorry for the nameplates that burnt your namesake. You and the dogs ate from the same plate. My shame's great. I've outgrown the old, but I walk down the road, roam the zone, ditch schoolyard kids for a crown of gold. I knew the call of duty, but lost my angel's halo. So many stupid scapegoats, too painful to say no. I meant vanity haphazardly in middle school. Wishful fool, thinking no effect would ripple pools. Tried escaping the pain at home by going backwards, but I was never brave enough to end up choking on my last words. Hated the poison, loved the taste. Every attempt to go up in the world was a waste. It took many years to fully climb back down. At least I finally feel like I'm on track now. Funny, my conscience always thought it was odd. I never knew my arms were too short to box with God. So instead of holding on to a doubt-drenched plan, I grabbed Jehovah's outstretched hand. I love it when the snow falls, lands amongst the roll calls, rests upon the stone walls. The ones that grow tall to guard our self-esteem. To tear it down doesn't mean you have to sell the dream. I love it when the rain falls, floods the main hall, so the memoirs can't contain all the passion spent and all the tears dropped, when the laughing wept and when the fear stopped. I know Jehovah's behind me, I can feel the Holy Spirit. Even though he's so high, when he calls, the lowly hear it. I'm tired of brawling with the American uncle's sins. I'm tired of crawling through this embarrassing jungle gym. So forget the present and forget the past. Forget the lies that bind the mind and forget the trash. Forget pride, picket signs, and dead presidents. Forget snide, wicked lines that spread negligence. Forget this ghastly system and purebred thugs. God just passed me wisdom so I can cure bed bugs. I'm a sharpshooter, yeah, I'm a dead eye. Will dark humor rectify the large tumor my head hides? Then all odds stack up as I circle past zero. When false gods gallop, I'll be a working class hero. It's a wild world and it's still your light. Stop acting like a child, girl, you know what's right. You know. Give me a reason for why I glow so bright. Give me a reason. And I'ma be alright, and you're gonna be alright. You ain't gotta hold my hand, just walk with me tonight. And I'ma be alright, and you're gonna be alright. You ain't gotta hold my hand, just walk with me tonight. And I'ma be alright, and you're gonna be alright. You ain't gotta hold my hand, just walk with me tonight. And I'ma be alright, and you're gonna be alright. You ain't gotta hold my hand, just walk with me tonight. And I'ma be alright, and you're gonna be alright. You ain't gotta hold my hand, just walk with me tonight. And I'ma be alright, and you're gonna be alright. You ain't gotta hold my hand, just walk with me tonight. And I'ma be alright, and you're gonna be alright. You ain't gotta hold my hand, just walk with me tonight.
Paul and Patty know this. No matter where they go or what they do, they always try to remember what to do if the atom bomb explodes right then. It's a bomb. Duck and cover. Here's Tony going to his Cub Scout meeting. Tony knows the bomb can explode any time of the year, day or night. Duck and cover. Attaboy, Tony. That flash means act fast. Sundays, holidays, vacation time, we must be ready every day, all the time, to do the right thing if the atomic bomb explodes. Duck and cover.
There isn't a sign of life.
Well, I guess there's nothing for us to worry about. We're the ones that have the bomb.
Many hurt mentally. It's a 21st century rash. Remember the clash? The bold strain, cold vein drains the December rain splash. The time to take back what's lost is come and gone, so run along. Strung on cost, we all sung the song of guns and gods. And taking the lemon juice since the venom burst the veins. We root the brain to now include the pain and lose the strains of sane. But who's to blame? Fingers painting pictures point silently. They linger, the stingers quick erase the scriptures in big words. Dive and hide the keys. Kids try and flee. This is more productive. Scores of violet beams construct the beat for the violent seeds tyrants who must crush those who try to breathe. Hey, long live Light King! We never miss the wrong right thing. Gliding on white wings with no logos. Don't go! I'm shook. This song might sting. This ain't no city of the future, it's as present as it's ever been. For every lesser sin, there's a clever grin. Let us in! Everything in its right place. Everything in its right place. How many angles must bust and break before a soul's first craving? How many angels does it take to find a soul worth saving? The future ain't what it used to be, very few agree. But the movie scenes drew our dreams beautifully. If only you could see the concept of loser ain't nothing new to me. You can't take 5 paces with tied laces, you fall down. Face first. The king of space and land brings his grace in hand, but he got on a small crown. Face first. Unimpressed. Time escapes. The clock's heart has broken hands, the rock star is choking fans that change shirts. Our lives are dying isn't a feasible option, keep me boxed in with those who hope in man. I woke up from my haunting dreams, taunting screams, only to find I was never asleep. Try to prime my doubt from my dried eyes, but the lies spout and sprout till the rental date. And I hear let us in outside the temple gates. The resulting actions coincide with our mental states.
Would you please come back during regular office hours?
I wrote a poem for 9 planets and only got 7 replies. My mind panicked, where's my heavenly ties? Now I reckon I'd find frantic the crime of a blind bandit who left the time stranded. Not to mention if the grind got her manic. With that fact is granted, a gram in my eyes to glance at replies. They told me Pluto is no longer a planet. They revoked its voice, denote the poise who really rewrote its choice. I know it's you, Earth made that decision and ignored my poem too. But they show honor to gadgets, so it's true. You tell the father to catch sins as you dance with the daughters of madness. If anyone snuck backstage, they'd find from the past age to the last page you never raised the gas gauge. But love is a battlefield, yes apparently so. Thus that'll heal the black plague and numbness we keep inheriting, no? So we can live burden free, work with glee, learn the season, earn degrees with impassioned zeal. It takes more than mass appeal, a premeditated catchphrase and a medicated cast leg to bless tough surroundings. Inspiration stems from stress and love compounding, and it lets us dream on like a sweet song. That one day we'll save lost flocks and see the worst scene in our nest be gone. If the great cost drops and we can pay off cops, will we keep strong? Does it seem wrong? Is the story far-fetched? It's why my glory scars bled with pores bursting. But one thing's for certain, we always respond to the call of your curtain. Oh, and I need dawn. I go to bed late, yes, but when I sit in bed I live in debt to absurd realities that resent and tempt fate. Like I swear I heard balance scream. Let's wait and see how a man feels when he menstruates. Perhaps you've earned the callous plea through your worthless words and shallow foul deeds. Pitchfork and torch tactics burn the church's fallacies. Everyone panicked. Be merciful and salvage me. It's a beautiful dream, but it's nothing but a dream. A scrutable scheme to keep people glued to the screen. So whose world is this? Soon AI's. Do you feel that haughtiness in the air in the gray skies? The one that makes us so certain our talents gleam. What if the docs dropped a report before the board and swore to disordered courts we had terminal callous genes? How would we react to these acts? Cold corporates close curtains on gallant deeds that right away may bury our rights to stay. Now night and day we carry burdens on balance beams. Work a 10-hour day then jet set to trek home. Let the tech make us vanish in virtual realities. And every spaceship that makes trips only found blackness in the searchable galaxies.
Oh no, an atomic bomb is approaching! Atomic bomb?
Diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert. The turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and covered, ducked and covered.
Anyway, here's the ticket for the High Tea Carnival. One couple. That means a date. Not like just going around with the crowd. Just me and her girl. Well, that's all right. Only, what girl? Who?
Before men learned how to control fire and put it to work, it was man's greatest enemy. In much the same way, your emotions can be your own greatest enemy. Or under control, your emotions can make you healthier and happier. and improve the lives of people around you.
Hey there, girl, you must need some company. Come and jump with glee, I can be a cup of tea. I just turned 18, yet I ain't seen a girl like you. Hate the bait, wait to date, yet it's what I might do. Feel free to place bets that'll seal these strange steps. Or, well, maybe let's wait, get a rain check. So without a shrug, I'm out of love like the Shadrach rap track. But I got the last laugh, cause I don't need no girl, yeah, scratch that. If only I believed that statement. Some days patience don't make sense, so I take 10 from chasing hens. I sit in cellars, flipping scripts, wishing I could split and tell her this dame's so tame with those hips like Cinderella's.
Excuse me?
That's not my opening line. I was hoping in time I could get to know in your mind. Thus, I'm showing my spine. It was awkward, but I got word you didn't care. Now I'm sitting there giving stares, trying to pick a chair. It's just the one I got ain't working out. I can see my friends squirm with doubt. They see me with an uneasy look and I heard them shout. I still talk it down and walk around without clues. But enough about me, let's hear more about you, girl.
Well.
Tell me that story of yours, the glory of wars you won. I'll get the evidence that cements this precipice as true love. I know it's a lot to show, but we can let our thoughts grow. Actually, you know what, girl? I gotta go.
Seriously?
Where's that emergency exit? She ain't a bird to be messed with. I don't wanna hurt or depress chicks just at word to seem desperate. My thoughts are sporadic, no longer mathematic. Them girls got that black magic rabbit in a hat trick, and they said I can't have it. It's madness, I do backflips. Now my brain's a mess, and they know it. Plus, I'm a poet, and anything but stoic. I'm a loser, baby. The jazz and blues made me. The colors and hues paint scenes, and lately, I'm trying to choose a lady. Some days my dumb ways make me real and grow. More often than not, I feel alone. Here I am again, repeating the cycle. I must seem like a psycho who's in seeking a wife mode. A mission that'll bruise moods that I'm doomed to lose. It's all proven true. Am I in the bloom of youth? And she's on a mission for a man who will listen to the plan. But she won't fall for any glisten in a pan. Fair enough. I hope I'm squaring up with that tone. From now on, I'll leave my personal demons at home. She says, get your act together, you've got a life to give. Forget a wife and kids, go earn your right to live. And now, just now I can hear the drummer. She's so ugly, but I'm so in love with her. I love that drum beat like a fat kid loves lunch meats, and that's it. I don't need a girl to love me.
Wow, sounds like he's actually made emotional progress.
I don't.
Wow.
But will you smile with me, girl?
Oh, no, never mind.
Will you light up my world? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is not
come on,
nice.
girl. Come on, girl. I can be your cup of tea.
You can control the fire of your emotions. You can balance your emotions and use them so that your personality becomes more pleasant. And you and those around you are a great deal happier and healthier.
You can bet we got a scapegoat, so take note. Now, who filled these potholes with these hot coals? It's the tattoos, the bad news, the fast food, the gas fumes. The devil made me do it, so I sing a sad tune. It's the apathy, the tragedy, the vanity, the man in me. The devil made me do it, it's a part of his strategy. It's dead again Christians, it's the chapel's lies, the medicine prescriptions, and the apple pies. The healthcare system, lazing in recliner chairs, being a welfare victim while craving designer wear. It's getting caught, often gazing at forbidden fruit, sifting through toxic waste dumps for dumb hidden truths. It's the podcast, porn sites, laws passed, scorn sites, what God asks versus your rights, long chats on warm nights. My nights consist of 2 toothpicks and eyelids tuned in, transcribing the blueprints of violence. It's slapstick, it's classic, it defines the music. It's the magic and we had it and I'm dying to use it. It's the static in the attic and a flying broomstick. It's the antics in the fabric with divine acoustics. They serve as the backdrop to the perfect pipe dream. It's the dirt and crack rock that we serve with ice cream. Diluted light beams make life seem like a slow dance, but there's no romance, and we have absolutely no chance of making the finite infinite. The skylight inhibits, making the brain think and making the eyesight intricate. Yes, I'm a skeptic of ethics. I've kept medics breathless. He said it's a death wish, let it rest. I get it, Hendrix. Castles made of sand? Well, I beg to differ. I'm an expert in life holding on to these kegs of liquor. So stop, pause for the CAT scan. It seems, Batman, the problem is you were just dealt a bad hand. So go on, vigilante, you can try to kill the ante, but keep that mask on because your face is filled with acne. We We say you can't catch me, but it looks like God has. And this ain't just the odd class where we might not pass. This is life. This is life in a paradise. But that's what happens when we play like we don't care the price. You can bet we got a scapegoat, so take note. Now who filled these potholes with these hot coals? Yeah, you know we got a scapegoat, take note. What's up with the hot coals and the potholes, huh? I'm missing my friends, they're twisting what's penned. No fixing, no mends, all risking their sense. I say raps as placemats for lost dogs and stray cats. I pray that you'll embrace facts of God's laws and make your way back. You once tried to earn stripes. Ain't it our God-given birthright to burn bright? To work night and day for our faith and fellowships, and the architects who place every single yellow brick. So why leave the speech and jump in the deep end? We preach midweek, now you're drunk on the weekend? I know you're unique, just like everyone else, but why look everywhere but up if you want to better yourself? We ain't gonna repent except on our own accord. We have to grow for ourselves and fight our own wars. We can't blame anyone but us. No one, though some go run and some grow numb, we know what. Consume the rations we find, can't keep our actions in line. Left God's compassion behind. What happened to our lives? And what's to become of the way we live? Change it. The door is wide open. Please come back home.
Take one.
Dope pros, flows, coast to coast and sparks and match. Showing known old pros that boast the most, the auto rap. If the czar is back to start from scratch and scar the crap, go stow foes, cones and poses close, and don't toast the host of barking cats. Who froze the hope of mopes who starve for scraps? Molten tones, slow roast rodents whole, broken bones will char to ash. Those prone to roam the zone, you get heart attack, sharp and fast, no part will last, no pardon brats. Garbage cans for bargain trash. Satisfied? Cause anyone can play guitar and I'm tired of the way we are. I used to say that if I find mics I shine bright, then when the time's right I'll step into the limelight to crime fight. I can still rhyme like lickety split, spit wickedly quick like chipped in the stick in a six. As Nick can typically stick with his gift, ripping so gritty riffs so hippity hip. But hey, any fool can rap faster and badder than me. Or grab a master's degree and smashing the beat fashionably. Who's a true rapper indeed? You have to be crashing the scene, rancid and mean, battered and hammering MCs, no matter amount of the means. It's a passionate plea, it happened to be I let my daydream pass. It may seem sad but mainstream rap had made me mad. The game seemed whack when fake and lame teen spat. Had to break free fast, can't change these facts. Lost the rook in a comic book, Ray beam trap. Paused and took an honest look at my whole motivation. I'd grown so impatient of hating those who sold their soul to Satan. Let the record show sex and hoes, text and clothes, checks and blow, get the most clicks and views. But I wanna get it known, hip-hop's among the most beautiful music one could ever listen to. So if chicks and dudes give mixed reviews of a whole genre, no drama, it's fair play. The airwaves share space with thugs that load Glock clips and scrubs that quote stock tips. And me? Oh sweet, another freak indie rap backpack set. Too weak to snap a whack rapper's neck and too cheap to at last cash a fat a check. I'm a vocalist, coda with hopelessness, holding this mic tight with broken fists, so motive to coexist. Hey yo, I'm the type actively battling, hype's vanity rattling, life's path for me baffling, strife's apathy standing despite gravity, brandishing might radically, that's the thing, right frantically, ask my wife, she'll happily bat for me. My sanity is latched to these rabid rap fantasies, and that's a travesty. So does a song like this make me a big deal, or am I the slop that gets tossed into pig's meal? Talk to me, is this humble or haughty? If I stumble off beat, tumble with lost sheep or crumble, don't drop me. So is it chorus time? I'll form a line of boring rhymes to warm the mind. Now, I probably shouldn't have said my name in the third person. That's for certain the worst version of trying to sound dope through proud boasts. So is this a poorly rehearsed sermon or a clown's joke? I won't brown nose the townsfolk or drown hope. Although I now know trying to MC with true humility is doomed to futility. So why do it? This music is a verbal therapy chair. Apparently I can't bear to breathe without it there. Too often I'm sober and sociable, but talking as if over emotional. I want to jot something quotable, though that's not how closure's supposed to go. Trying to be a man, save a nest egg, and evade the best lays that change team scoreboards. Bravely he bored shore of a brain beaten, war torn. See my inner screenplay splinter each day, now became sleek and straightforward. And they say teenage dreams fade. When I reflected on deep pain and the bleak way my perspective was bleeding, I found life life sounds right but rarely goes how I expected it. It's electric and seems to leave scenes heated. It even exceeded my best wish. Thus at daybreak take spray paint and ink pens. But the scariest feeling is pondering what they'll think then. I'm not sure if I can carry this ceiling, whether I faced a crowd's claps or a soundtrack of loud laughs. I'd fall into the mouse trap with the skeptics of motives simply rejecting the notions. Here I was, expecting to grow into it. I got eager to rock the phone till my mind caught fever, and I bought shot speakers. I've quit the hypocrite skit of Bob Seger, so I'll be the mocked preacher off to trot with the distraught lost leaders, spot stealers, and the apostle Peter. Not a dollar to my name, not a scholar in the game, no taller than my shame. The fault is in my aim, so I know I'm crazy to follow through. But baby, all I wanna do is put the art in artist, the heart in the heartless, the dart in the target, and the spark in the darkness. So don't throw your hands in the air, but if you smile back, there's a chance that I'll care. A snare and a racket, unbearable badness. They wear the jackets in an arrogant fashion. They eat the weak and fleece the sheep. Cease the feast, jaw defeat the beast. Keep note, these angels have broken wings, and that's just one of the oh so many unspoken things. The beast is in your midst with slits on his wrist, bleeds faith till it don't exist, now kiss his fist. Priests change shape, the sheep they date raped. The creeps and great apes, they preach to save face. The flocks in a comatose state, they don't own your faith, so sober souls shaped to place hope in both names. It's 0 dark 30, the heroes aren't early, they're too late. The due date for doomsday was shoelaced. What must we do to swim? Sever lips and limbs, but even then we can't say we'll never slip a sin. Holocaust paid by those who told the nations. All the Holocaust shed true motivations. We follow fraught men in the middle of the mix. We all lost when we coveted a little of the fix. Cold chills spill from the tongue's spewing lies. We try to view the sky, but very few will find the answers to all the questions under the sun. And if we wanted too hard, well, another would come, and another would come, and another would come, and another would come, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another. Private eyes tried to establish biases. We'd been climatized to true madness through wild riots and savage violence. No one managed to keep quiet. Gouged blind eyes, bandage eyelids. Despite what transpires, this is the tragedy. We had to see the gravity of being atom seed. But no, blank stares, shoulder shrugs, and apathy. Now it's blasphemy to sober up from fantasy. The smart man decreed an end to religion and division. The problem? Every single thing is a religion. Thus, division won't decrease in the least. The internet's our holy book, the celebrity our priest. Circus clowns run circles round the fire pit. Cynical liars spit, drown hardwired kids. Since the fattened blackbird was captured, plastered actors have been factors in our standards. Protesters fists shake till their hands hurt. It's as effective as playing bad words backwards. Let the cash burn, observed by crowds of passive grins. Who can stand firm surrounded by captive kin? It's crashing in, massive sins leave us battered at dusk. Ashes and rust pass through the dust. Plastic limbs snap, static skin buzzes. The battles of whims within budges no man. Now how could the whole fam ever hold hands? Are the promised expressions gone with the dead men? The accomplice was leavened, but God isn't deafened. So with North American states of mind, we can grab onto fate, find a nice place to die, or wait till the fall of Babylon the Great. The sacred's undone, take it in blood, son, run. Don't stop till the son of the ancient has come. Pray for his love, proclaim no more dead ones. The shape of the sun looms overhead. Run, the sacred's undone, take it in blood, son, run. Don't stop till the son of the ancient has come. Pray for his love, proclaim no more dead ones. The shape of the sun looms overhead. Run. Run.
Not everyone who says to me, Master, Master, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. On that day, many will say to me, Master, Master, was it not in your name that we taught, and in your name that we drove out demons, and in your name that we did many miracles? And then I will say to them plainly, I never knew you.
looks like it's gonna rain again, and I ain't complaining, friend. It came and went 5 times before the day was spent. So let it pour away, who needs the sun's gorgeous rays? I'm busy saving cents to pay the rent so I can afford to stay. Got a 1-bedroom box that I slave away for. Maybe I can get new socks if I save up way more and refrain from remaining poor, and avoid brand names and chain stores. Man, the stress can test the heartbeat. You can't even hardly park free, the meter charge fees harshly. But I gotta admit the art speaks smartly. From the large trees to the dim light at midnight in dark streets, I'm even told the stars sleep above a smoggy sky. The sunbeams got me wry, thawed my groggy eyes. I thought I'd walk but forgot my fob and my lobby's locked. A man I often spot softly talks. Got change please man? Yeah, he wants free pot. God save the queen fast from snobby moms and coffee shops. The blonde gave a mean glance to the cashier before she snapped like a hockey shot. I'm glad I clean glass even if people stop and watch with lots of obnoxious gawks. I see past the greased handprints and glimpse green grass in the mountains' rocky tops. It cannot be topped, but to be honest, I'm probably off to Edmonton when it's all said and done. We went from being nickel and dimed to being ripped from our vines with a sickle and knife. I gotta get what I'm missing from life, make the plan smoother. It's not simple or nice, but it looks like the right maneuver. So, good night, Vancouver.
It's all your fault.
And don't ever say that again.
It's all your fault.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
It's all your fault.
I don't get it. You're not supposed to.
It's all your fault.
For your consideration. When will people tire of my treacle pyre rhymes? When will they bust the bluffs and snuff the gleeful fire in my eyes? Been known, no end zone will contain these flows. Lace and soul, let's try to top rattling step ladders and drop the radio. Then ask, who scattered mess matter? Who blew the flames? Probably some grammatically correct rapper who never grew a brain. Or maybe I'm too insane, but looking back I shouldn't ask who's to blame. Claim full responsibility for all the times I failed to act with God's agility. Got too many thoughts killing me. When life ain't been half as dramatic as the songs say. Ain't been stabbed or attacked with blades, but react the wrong way after laughter of a long day. Retract the fact, the back has been stabbed but never fatally.
It's all your fault.
I was made to bleed ever patiently. Melodrama again, but melt the commas I spend. It's all in my head when falling in bed in a sheep's sleep. Tell my mama I'm dead and weep heaps. How do I now drown when the waters knee deep?
It's all your fault.
Why do I grieve streets and let down sounds on these beats? The questions I ask represent the mask I left in the past that lasted years ago. When I died as a superhero and tried to choose the zeros and knew the fears flow. The loser's here, yo. Yo, attempted to pen gems in a tent when my best friend slept near. 10 years I kept them in the West End, dear. Yet when men said, let's get beer, I declined. If my mind stays sober, I may gain closure or composure. Besides, I'm permanently drunk and it's my turn to get crunk. The time drained slower, left my burdens in the trunk. Hence entrusted talents must crush balance and meddle with fate. A robust gallons measuring tape won't settle for grade. It's why I ain't embarrassed to be paired with the parrots. Can't be scared stiff if every square inch will bear this, nor can I sit tight, I hitchhike. They think I want a fist fight, the author was wrong. This night the popular songs fit right. So a big shout out to clenched fists on bent wrists, tent pims and spent whims and melodies that mend limbs. Oh, and aforementioned questions that lack a sense of tension. Half of them are senseless, the past is dense with lessons. Here's one. Do I wanna know if the feeling flows both ways? Most days the ghosts say, keep the healing slow and hold fate. I've retired from the ire as the vial looks back in my soul grace. Remember when driving miles took seconds, the show changed. The times of childhood legends grow haste. I feel out of place like a monkey in the Arctic unharnessed. I can't get funky in the darkness, let the light glow great. Run free from the heartless at a bold pace. If your soul aches, contemplate what goals make a man. What goals make a man? Why is the clown crying? Tried to save the slaves from the flood and almost drowned trying. Too many he found dying. Saw his ma wash away in the waves and watched his thoughts of mistakes make quakes in the graves. Hey, break a leg, hobble to the set. Even the apostles bled. The insecurity is burning me fervently with awful threats. Battered arms and battle scars observe me lacking heart. I claim I play the game of life to stay focused, but wonder if they noticed. And I can't live up to the titles of the late poets. The problem is that though I'm talking to you with these rap flows that crash slow, I'm lost in the zoo. The only option I knew was to write like the night might strike with fright's bite, despite reassurance of a positive future where I might get to breathe. And I'm a positive man, but when I pause with my paws in the sand, I gnaw on the cost of the plan and compass of humor. I wish I saw it a bit sooner. I get on the mic and get negative and beg the sins to emerge for the limelight and lie like it's all I live in. But I can't stop spitting this rhythm and I don't know why. But I could die tonight and find it right. All I wanted to hear from the wide-eyed sideline was a heartfelt oh my. So then when the stars melt I can pelt, no woman, no cry. Pathetic. And to me, the fact that love can cause the most harm is the worst crime. Even if the charm is in the third time. But tell that to those charged to live with cursed lives. Blurred lines hurt times, so I doubt the odds I could live in the house of God and feel grounded raw. Oh.
You've got to get a hold of yourself. No matter what happens, you've got to hang on.
Well, go on, Doctor. What is it you're trying to tell me?
Hey. I've had too much to think tonight. I'm sad, I'm touched, oh, it's alright. I've had too much to think tonight. I'm sad, I'm touched, oh, it's alright. Don't play maitre d' with me. Go take the adjacent seat. You see, the brain seems to be in need of agency, playing wait and see to fill the vacancy. My birth was a mishap. I'm a kid of this crap. No curses or diss raps, stick jabs and gift wrap. Came to make jokes in the lame hope the chicks laugh. So take notes and place votes. I'll just sit back. Write quips with ice picks so my lyrics might prick. Stick my spirit in a vice grip. Judges bite lips. Everyone and their dog can pen a rap song. Maybe I should focus more on why my head can't stand calm. I want a diagnosis. I want an excuse. I want to try and focus. I want to let loose. I want a prescription, I want a distraction, I want a revision, I want to quit laughing. I just want control. Yeah, I just want control. I just want control. Yeah, I just want control. Dizzy days and dazzled, I miss the age of rascals. I tip the sand of castles and drift to lands of battle. Edit the sad parts, regretted the bad sparks. Who said it to that dark, indebted but have heart. Oh, if it could all be so simple. Spoke wishful, the hole in the soul ripples. Drew blueprints of doom stints in gruesome detail. The clueless, foolish pursuit of the elusive female. For every tooth loose, there's a few screws to match. My whole body may collapse and move soon, in fact. But hey, what's a new bruise but a notch in the belt? Zoom to the newsroom and watch. If they want to help, wash it off with a shot of scotch to let the brain relax. No, cut the obnoxious talk and state the facts. I'm strapped to my bed, bolts attached to my head. The doc is tapping his pen, and I'm laughing instead. He's frustrated, must hate it, but makes do. Takes two, I lay awake awaiting the breakthrough. I've been chasing the same truth since I was in grade school. This eternal war of my enduring joy and shame's rule. I want a diagnosis, I want to try and focus. I want an excuse, now I want to let loose. I want a prescription, I want a revision, I want a distraction, I just want to quit laughing. I just want control. Yeah, I just want control. I just want control. Yeah, I just want control. I've had too much to think tonight. I'm sad, I'm touched, oh, it's alright. I've had too much to think tonight. I'm sad, I'm touched, oh, it's alright. 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 Oh, it's alright.
Alright, everybody, that'll be all for tonight.
I've had too much to. I've had.
Crazy. That's it. You're crazy.
Oh, it's alright.
You're crazy.
This girl, how'd you meet her? Did she come up to your office?
Did you fall in love with her?
Wait a minute, one at a time.
Oh, Alina, do you know what you mean to me? Oh, Alina, you're the gold among the greenery. Oh, Alina, you stole my heart like thievery. Oh, Alina, your bow is what I need to be. You're hypnotic with eyes fierce and a bold glow. You're honest and modest, you pierce my soul slow. You are the new star, melodic, true art to optics. You are the logic that got caught in my thoughts quick. You're gracious, I'm jaded. You're blameless, I'm tainted. Can a raven be sacred? Abigail loved David. I recall I felt certain back when your thoughts stayed nervous. I'd call you perfect, but you'd scoff and say worthless. You know I too never felt serene beneath the surface. We both lack self-esteem, to be earnest. I'm learning it don't come easy, sweetie, but we'll be free. And I held the dream seldom seen since that first kiss. Muriel, you're my purpose and I love you. You keep the blood flowing through my circuits when I'm subdued. So now I whittle nerves and scribble a simple verse. You chisel my thistle quirks with a fistful of little words. I'm in love with the secret person of your pure heart. You keep the beat burning and seared a sure mark. So turn on the bright lights, baby. Let's live life like the Christ might save me. Oh, Alina, do you know what you mean to me? Oh, Alina, you're the gold among the greenery. Oh, Alina, you stole my heart like thievery. Oh, Alina, your glow is what I need to breathe. Even the way you smile makes me a child. And the day you became my wife was the first day of my life. So being as in love with you as I am, being as in love with you as I am, the timestamps fly past, I try to grasp. 6 years have gone by fast, it's an established fact. When you're next to me, I'm placed in a state of ecstasy. You best believe the chemistry is heavenly. Mentally, emotionally, I earnestly yearn for eternity together. Fervency forever, a life we'll actually see. You've already helped me reconnect my family tree. I can only imagine the scene when we live happily free. I'm sorry it took long for me to express my thoughts audibly. Besides God's sovereignty, you're all I want, honestly. It's a long odyssey, so darling, take my hand. We'll make our stand and win the race at last. In a sound mind, my heart was vowed and signed. And to this day, I feel like I'm on cloud 9. You're Solomon's imperial splendor and material treasures. I love you, Muriel, forever. Oh, Alina, do you know what you mean to me? Oh, Alina, you're the gold among the greenery. Oh, Alina, you stole my heart like thievery. So Alina, I hope you feel seen by me. Oh Alina, oh Alina. Oh Alina, oh Alina. Oh Alina, oh Alina. Oh Alina, oh. One, two, 1, 2. I was yearning for the wind like it was Chrono Trigger. Let's grow no bigger and catch this in a glass. Though we grow old in slow-mo and chokehold vigor, somehow it all happens in a flash. The tow truck shows up, yanking lifelines. In the right mind, might show love like I learned in my nest. Forgive and forget or forever live in regret. Give respect, earn respect, work with the rest. The yearnings of the wind call time and time again. The burnings of the sins fall in line with the pen. The corridors of time collapse on the rhymes. The smorgasbord of lies will laugh at the mind. The orator's lines have attached to my spine. When I find I'm fine trapped in time, I just wanna be a good man off the platform. Is that too much to ask for? Lost my passport, name erased itself off the blackboard. Failed the crash course, but killed greed. Build these love-filled schemes and still dream one day I will win my war. One day I will win my war. One day. I used to use hip-hop to show my pain, and I guess in some ways to know I'm sane. I've grown up today and I won't complain or claim I'm held above an open flame, and I don't hope in vain. But what will I write about when there's no more pain? Nice sights and sounds, the life around, it psychs me out. I'm the type to strike the ground. The pain tells us that we weren't born numb, though we feel worn and scorn or sore thumbs. Like how might I use these to beat the war drum? But ain't it worth it for when the Lord comes? So I don't write much these days. Blow off the mic's dust, tight clutch to seem brave. The right touch might crush what makes dreams fade. But dreams fade. I don't mean to repaint the scene gray, it's a bleak phrase for a weak phase. For one moment though, can we please speak straight? The world beats slaves, we heave and breathe pain. On our knees pray, life's tough, we keep pace. Can't leave the race or deploy the speed brakes. Even if we feel steel wheels shake the feet stay. Even if the weeds came, we can feed a seed placed. Even in a heat wave, we have free shade. Even if a sheep strays, we can keep the team safe. We can behave, we can be great. They'll see the face clean beams from deep space. That mean the dreams seem as sweet as cheesecake. We preach each day and we always sleep late. Can't be a cheapskate or we'd never reap grain. The harvest at a peak rate, people need a clean slate. Angels watch with popcorn, God warns, please brace. You must go through a lot more, you need faith. Let's say something real. Yo. We choose shrewd and true phrases to use through slews of due praise to say something real. Before the Lamb we humbly kneel. So even if we grew gray or abruptly keeled, if our fate remained to fade away to dust the fields, who can complain to change the way Jah justly deals? He raised the new days and made the love we feel. The world worse as then, he gave us the work of prophets and a certain promise to reverse the curse that people channel. The excursions got us on the path where evil travels. We're witnesses in a universal legal battle. To you the depths of deep shadow seem shallow. You've deemed hollow the plain and lame names, but shame scholars. You're the great potter, we'll take the offer. Jehovah, to you belong the glory, praise, and honor. You remain our Father. Just one question. Faith, what is it? A solid or a liquid? Tell me what I'm missing and I promise I'll listen. It's a Hutu saving a Tutsi from genocide. It breathes life into a man that's dead inside. A purple triangle stitched to a martyr's chest. It consoles the soul of a heart depressed. It's facing the lions, embracing for violence. Not chasing the diamonds, oh waiting in silence. It's patient and vibrant, the shape of refinement. It makes us a migrant and a change of assignment. No, it's alive and speaking, but not blind or a feeling. Faith is not instilled through divine revealings. It knows signs and meanings and starts applying it. It's gained through the brain and the heart of a scientist. Faith is the evidence of all that is hoped for, the assurance of what's behind the closed door. It may not know more, but sees the bigger picture. It brings the scriptures, come on, dig the mixture. Since faith is based on evidence versus blind belief, we can change our frame of reference to find relief. In time our chief will redesign society, and we will actually become the people we try to be. For the young boy who wouldn't worship a nation, for the unjustly jailed who found a purpose and patience, for those trying to breathe through those sighs and heaves, faith is why we believe. Now this was gonna be another bad dub on self-hate, but I felt great telling Earth that hell's safe. She said, don't worry, they might go hurry to chase sights. Old dirty slaves fight a whole 30 days and nights. And we know the game ain't played right, but still the wind blows. So when I chill with kinfolk to kill the misquotes, I show them turntables just to watch them spin round. See, we lost on thin ground, chin down. This crown fell from the kings into the hands of the peasants. The often broke common folk now dance with the essence. With the flames in our eyes will spark fireworks, so loud it scars tired jerks with hardwired smirks.
I was cut out for this kind of life. It made me important.
I no longer feel like a deaf man in dead last. I left that, I kept fast dancing till my neck snapped. Watch my head collapse, I chest strapped a jetpack. Like, can y'all hold it down till I get back? I may be a while, save me a smile and your best laughs. When we change the dial, I'll replace the pile of get better soon cards on tombstones with clipped rose petals, and consolation prizes with slick gold medals. Aim the missile, take the chisel to the brick roads yellow. Make crowns for kids who kick and throw pebbles. Change frowns, clean streets till there's no conflicts, no rebels. Maybe take you by the hand to the place where the thick snow settles.
Yeah, but I was cut out for this kind of life. It made me important.
faith and love in each individual soul. They shape and change even our principal goals. If we can keep our spirits inspired with zeal, the fires we feel will blaze higher and heal. There's faith and love in each individual soul. They shape and change even our principal goals. If we can keep our spirits inspired with zeal, the fires we feel will blaze higher and heal. There's faith and love. Yeah, I wrote a lot of songs, but I was granted the freedom to sing them when I was handed the keys to the kingdom. I always thought I'd face death with dignity at least. As what's left of the rest of my breath clinks to these clefts, I'd sleep with ease. Pressed against the chest of this big city, I'd be at peace. I slept till I leapt and set my eyes to see a sea of the free that'll sing with me. What a thing to dream, I know God will bring us back soon enough. But on late nights I lay awake and face my gaze right to the moon above. I meditate on heaven's gates, look down on others' dust. Say prayers for a better day for the sake of every crushed mother's love. Their despair resonates, but I contemplate, I must have become numb. I mean, I see more and more seats are becoming empty as we're breaking bread. Although the courage can't be mustered up or found or bred to look straight ahead, every single time it's a hefty swept scene that wrecks dreams. Yet I've somehow kept straight face, and I've seen plenty that gently wept teeps. Maybe since the names in the book of life were never too close to me, the grim grisly grasp of the grave never gave me nightmares openly, or I took the night and dim risky laughs simply as deep poetry. I do hope to see the dead rise and hear them speak vocally, but am I scared of caring totally while flesh can still fade to ashes? At any moment, anyone I know and love can be laid in a casket. I pray when it happens I don't remain in a state of passive, but embrace the hands of God, embrace for the fate He granted. He'll erase the static, change the fabric, and crumble death. And although I'm not a jumbled mess, I deeply miss my Uncle Chess. But I'll see you soon. The reality is a fallacy. Not all who fall asleep must remain that way for eternity. Though the journey seems like merely searching dreams, it's a promise sealed with an oath of blood shown in love. True hope has come. Jehovah, please notice my mum, and please keep in your memory if ever these faithful servants face death. By the results of their faith's test, they earned this great crest. But what if I never see the garden or the king's steeds marching? What if my heartbeat is hardened and I'm not freed or pardoned? Father, if you can forgive me of all the burns of my wrongs, please don't forget me or the words of my songs. Young, I fell off my loft bed. A metal shelf pierced my back. I thought I dropped dead. Back badly bleeding, black blood seeping, mom's frantic screaming, dad's hand cleaving, my heart rapidly beating, and I hear you weeping. You cry, I'm sorry for everything, believe me. I did, Isabella, and I recall it clear. I've thought of your fallen tears all these years. But it's my time to make amends. I wasn't the brother who loved to bug her or became a friend. I'm sorry our ideals clashed and sparked fights. On dark nights I think of you and mom and our life. We never had a close relationship, but I understand why you feel I chose to chase the wind. Now our lives are the opposite, split dreams and accomplishments. Yet I love you and miss you so much. Isabella, wait, I missed the sweller phase before the thick cellar grates befell our place. They withheld our fate, now we've gone our separate ways. It's the better days in which with the sis of mine I celebrate. A ring on a dog's collar, in this we felt a grace, a wish seldom made came true. But in our case, very quick the relics break. Everything is everything, it's even spelt the same. To tell it plain, it took our uncle's death to get us in the same room. Under our breaths, we hoped the other changed tunes, but we stayed true to clashed ideals and pride. The past is sealed inside the cracked wheels of time. Sometimes I feel I can't conceal my mind, and fear I'll embark on a rather rash spiel in kind. But I got so nervous I barely spoke. I didn't want to stir this, I got wary and croaked. What a joke, I'm as dumb as can be. I'm linguistic on the beats, yet in life I bit lips and run up the trees. Like the water switched quick to 100 degrees. So I know this is all a bit rich coming from me. I can't express any of this outside song form. I'm hoping this will pry open the strong door for a lot more communication. Yet had I stopped for some rumination, maybe I would have reached out sooner. Can we speak about the future? One day I'll leave Vancouver and that may decrease the physical gap. Either way, can we at least attempt an atypical chat without deep biblical facts or bleak cynical jabs? I want to get to know you. Frankly, I have no clue what your life is like, and my wife is right. You're my only sister, so despite the fights and lonely blisters, it only seems correct that we reconnect.
That doesn't sound nice.
Rowan, even though I don't see our mother, do you consider me to be your brother? It's been what, 4 or 5 years? I fear I don't recall the time clear. I love you, although that must seem fake. I judge too, but know that I'd love to see your face. Am I just a cheap disgrace? Look, life is complex. I hoped the right context might offset the disappointment, but there ain't no way to twist avoidance. You know, it's nigh comical how I let my own nerves conquer my logical choices. As the time passed, they grow worse with the mass of the whole earth. It seems I've cast my own curse. Rowan, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a deranged cult? Or at least a very strange adult? Do you think I hate you and Mom? Does it even matter what I wanted to do and thought? I didn't make time to see you because of feeling ashamed, without realizing I was sealing my fate. I'm sorry. I love you, and I always will. With a right hook to the jaw, life shook the seesaw. It's alright. Look at me, Ma. Look at my accomplishments. I often wish my Oculus saw you sit amongst the audience. And if I thought I caught a glimpse, it got my confidence lost within. But I learnt and built upon the consequence when I hopped the fence. Then I dropped the lens and discovered I could see. The rain is gone, the sun blazes, love changes, best friends become strangers as my mother and I would be. Blood makes the blade holy. That's what the dame told me as she scraped slowly across my spine. I thought the tightest grip might have slipped, but she's drawn the line, and love makes the pain cozy. I learned that too. I heard bad news. I burn gas fumes. I serve dad clues. I work back through my memory to remember these penalties. It ain't our first rodeo. At this point, mentally, the worst knows my soul. So I go off to stroll slow and curse those that crow and won't atone. Gotta pose this though. How many roads must a man walk down? I can't talk now. It's too dim and dreary, clearly. It sincerely turned out nothing like I had hoped. Some days it's a fight, I can't cope. life's a bad joke and Jehovah can't hear me until his hands steer me. So one could try to blame your sociopathic father who'd snort white lines, and yet go ahead, girl, and let your light shine. Unless maybe there ain't none. That's why I write rhymes. I'm the same son with great love, it's just aimed up. So none could truly blame the past that they came from. Sure, when you've never been moved, how do you move on? But you've chased smoke signals for far too long. And I believe that notion, now your heart grew strong. Heels dug in so you can't feel nothing. Pretend you can delete the moments, but it seeps through, don't it? It's what keeps me hoping. And he will wonder too when he's old enough, where's the oldest one? But he ain't the one that has to start growing up. So throw it up to the sky and put it under the lens, cause this ain't where my wondering ends, and ain't no color paint that can cover the bends. Ever since the womb till the day your slumber ends, I pondered if I pass what my tomb will say. Another slept? Who'd I the sorrow of when my mother wept? Could that move you to pray? The blues still play in a beautiful way. In these crucial days, deep pain made my weak brain mean I strained to stay focused and not let the fear grow. Became a man in 06 at 11 years old. Since then climbed from the lowest and the coldest to the highest and the finest. But time has proven to only depart from us and divide us. So I decided I should drag my baggage, but I need a larger truck. Now if you start me up, if you start me up, if you start me up, I'll never stop striving for some better thoughts, so I forever remember, Mom. See, I'm a rolling stone. Mama, I'm a rolling stone and I'm going home. You can tell Bella that I'm going home, cause I'm a rolling stone. Mom, I'm just a rolling stone and I'm going home. Please let Rowan know that I'm going home. And so it goes, and so it goes, and so it goes. Listen, as a matriarch, my mother more than played the part. Regardless of circumstance, she rose above the call of the worker ants. She may not believe it, but this is how I prove loyalty. Although the bruises foil me, she treated me like true royalty. These things I write them because I miss you, and not a day goes by where I don't pray I'm with you. And still sometimes I find my mind is in conflict. I contradict logic with passion and get lost in the imagined fashion of a line of chronic fractions. Barebone baritone is all that ensures my slumber until I'm stirred and disturbed by the thunder. Burdened to wonder where's home and rupture comfort. I never stuck to the structure but punctured the bumper. This rug burn love learn not to run with the numbers. I'm the son of a blunder, but she decided to keep me. It's no surprise that they teach teens cause and effect. So it's not odd to expect betrayal will spawn a loss of respect. If we take the offer we get, sign the terms but refuse to honor the debt, then the agreed upon penalties have to take place. Now Jehovah's great grace lets us save face and change pace. So please drop the weapons and explain in plain honest expressions. Cause here I am, thinking of you on the bus, sullen smirk, new slang, stomach hurts. Ran up the summit to plummet first, again what's this worth? Fallen internally, processing the whispers, shared as earnest deeds, your blessings all wither. You heard whispers too, do you know my blisters grew? If you saw every scrap, every whimper my sister knew. I wanna see the score summon a smile with teeth. The files are brief, may take a while to compile the grief. If candor truly stands for something, I thought you'd be back. What's keeping you? For every cheap laugh, there's a glimmer of hope dying inside each month. I'm not bitter or broke, but tired of lying to feed love. The scene seems dumb, but you can't be replaced. And when James Mercer sings, your outline is retraced. I wanna make you proud, but our standards differ. And don't that make all the answers shiver? It's not that simple, and it's not that complex. You aren't crippled, but nonetheless the conquest. Your hunger pangs made you the hunter's aim, and so passes another day. And a day becomes a decade, perhaps things will never get set straight. Yet let's go through the cycle one last time. I'ma keep on polishing till all the busted hubcaps shine, or the smug grins come back crying. Jaw, just give me the ability to stand behind my ideals and a mind that yields before I hit the pavement hard. Lock my statements in the basement in a mason jar as I take it farther than necessary, maybe. But check this, I wear my scars like a fresh necklace, a symbol of remembrance, pride and good fashion. Thus my temperance resides with understood passion. Caught a glimpse of a stiff lip, the drift as you crowd surfed off a cliff. Cross, get lost off the list. The checklist is getting shorter and shorter these days. How about the orders he made? You locked him in that important briefcase with the rebates and keepsakes? Well, wherever you go, be safe, but watch out. Knives don't have your back, nonetheless, be gone. Our lives will travel paths all day. Someone get me out of this dimly lit hallway, cause changes. Best friends become strangers. The West End's in danger. The rest set their wages. And you say, let's get the paper blowing in the wind burning. Me, I'd rather give the world away. I'd rather give the world away. You hear me? I'd rather give the world away. I'd rather give the world away. I'd rather. Jonathan Richman bemoaned the magical eyes. I have a rational mind and know all about the capital crimes. But my mom once was my national pride. Despite being a fallible guy and all my tangible ties, I had to cancel the line. But listen, I'd rather give the world away. I stand in the valley with these gold statues, built in honor of warriors with these bold tattoos. All I got is a pair of jeans and these old black shoes, and a shirt so thin it lets all of the cold pass through. I advance down the line till I see the temple gates, an entire lifetime trying to free my mental state. In this mysterious land is its grand climax. From the cradle to the grave, my hands I grasp. I've waited so long, now I'm so close I can't talk. I've always wondered how many roads must a man walk. And since the womb I've wanted to cure my mother's tears. It seems like the journey's done after 100 years. I walk up the steps, the stairway to the mountaintop. As the altitude climbs, the air breaks, the counting stops. The water of the fountain drops, the scene is serene as I enter into the most holy place of my dreams. Reality grabs me and pulls me straight to the ground. Unable to move from the shock, I wait for the sound. My butterfly net full of dreams then gets snapped in half. I start to rise to my feet while the monsters laugh and laugh. Holy Spirit fuels me, scriptures inspire me, enabling me to see clearly and paint the pictures entirely. I know what makes a man, being able to break the band, take off the chains of fear of death and take God's hand and walk with him, straight down the longest road. And the further he walks, well, the larger God's promise grows. These are what dreams are made of in a pressure-filled mind. Inscribe the message on the street when pleasure steals lives. Build up the fences to divide the sides and tile the floor. And in the end, all I really want to do is smile some more. There's faith and love in each individual soul. They shape and change even our principal goals. If we can keep our spirits inspired with zeal, the fires we feel will blaze higher and heal. Head, pressure, senses, clutch, message, pavement, fences, jump, touched, desire, God, change, rush, zeal, life, veins. Head, pressure, senses, clutch, message, pavement, fences, jump, touched, desire, God, change, rush, zeal, life, veins. From a head full of pressure rest the senses that I clutch. The message on the pavement forms the fences that I jump. I got touched by desire for God to ignite a change. Caught a rush of zeal from the life in my veins. From a head full of pressure rest the senses that I clutch. The message on the pavement forms the fences that I jump. I got touched by desire for God to ignite a change. Caught a rush of zeal from the life in my veins.